what's going on? This is Tom Arnold, and you're listening to the Juan and Jose podcast. Juan Jose, is that it?
Juan and Joe.
Oh, Juan and Joe. Oh, yeah.
Close enough.
Juan and... Hey, what's going on? This is Tom Arnold. You're listening to two Mexican guys, and it was really fun. I like cocaine.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Baden back here. I'm seeing Jose. He's getting a little jog heading to the car. We'll get this fucker's reaction, see how it went. He's smiling and he has an erection. It must have gone good. Oh, gets rolling, man. How the fuck was it?
Fuck, dude.
What the fuck, man?
So fucking crazy, man. Holy shit.
The wind just started fucking blowing out here.
Yeah, it's fucking cold out there, too.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude, yeah, I was fucking amazing, dude.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Good shit, huh? I was sitting here and I had both windows cracked before it got fucking cold out. And there was I kept hearing voices like a playground. I'm like fucking looking around there. He's like, oh! And then like the deep voices and then like fucking screaming. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Right through there's a little basketball court. They had the hoops going.
Oh, they were playing?
And they're playing, and then the fucking ball bounces out. Some guy fucking rebounds. I'm like, oh! Like everybody fucking goes nuts. I was like, oh, shit. Oh, shit, we got a game. Oh, shit. That was fucking funny, man. You just hear it carry over the fucking whole yard, and you're like, what the fuck? I thought maybe they let you out with them and you were playing, too.
Yeah, yeah, it was fucking, dude, it was crazy. So, going in there, I mean, it wasn't really like, it was pretty, I guess I should just leave the fucking phone right here.
You can have it now.
Yeah, it was easy, actually, man. I mean, they just walk you, the walk from there is not too bad. It's maybe, I don't know, maybe 30-second, 45-second walk.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Another building?
Another building, yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, let's steal some.
And he,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, he was there.
And my sunflower seed spittoon.
So, he was there, man, but I waited for a while.
Did you?
Well,
you probably had to go get him, right?
Yeah, they had to go get him. Well, they say, like, okay, to the visitation center. Yeah, well, I'm here.
Yeah.
And go in and then I put my wallet in the locker. And then you walk over and you walk in, and there's like just a big fucking room, man, with
Like a cafeteria almost, right?
yeah, like a cafeteria, And I've got these tables, and the tables all like big plastic fucking tables, and underneath is like solid, so you can't even play footsies if you wanted to.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they got like all fucking like make sure no shit's going down. They have you talking across the table, and then the lady up here at the front just watches everything. You know, she's got big fucking three computer screens where she just watches the thing the entire fucking time.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I waited. I must have waited there for, you know, when you're waiting there and everybody's talking with each other's and their inmates. I mean, it felt like it was fucking 30 minutes. It was probably a good 10-15 minutes though.
Yeah, still just waiting and waiting and waiting.
Yeah, because he's on one of these buildings over here, he said.
Oh.
And she's like, oh, they're getting them right now. I'm like, okay. And yeah, I see them come in.
Yeah.
They come into just one door over here. I'm sitting, and she sat me like, the entrance is right here, and right here.
Oh,
like the first table.
Yeah,
basically.
so you're like watching everybody come in, like, oh no.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like a first date.
It is.
Like, oh, is this her? Oh,
I'm like, no, he's black. That's not him.
Yep.
Oh
God, I hope that's not her. That doesn't look like her profile picture.
Yeah, and
on prison inmate Facebook.
So I was there, and I finally I see fucking Brad. I was like,
shit.
oh fuck. And they give you like a little menu for them, like the vending, what's on the vending machine and the price and stuff. And I was like, holy shit. And he's like, yeah, thank you. And yeah, fucking gave a fucking hug, man. I was like, dude. And he doesn't look as different as I thought he was going to be. Now, he said he was up to 250 pounds.
Right.
So at the very end, when we were leaving, because they got to give their card, I guess, the inmates got to give the card to that lady.
Oh, yeah.
That lobby officer, what the fuck, what it called?
Oh, yeah.
Visiting officer or whatever.
Title, yeah. Lobby officer. The visiting officer.
The visiting officer. So
the card officer, maybe.
I guess I should have just went that way and taken the 10, huh? Oh, well, fuck it.
You don't want to drive through that again. I went over that way.
Okay.
This is probably better. If you'd have gone that way, I'd have been like, nah, go left.
Go this way? Okay.
Yeah.
So he showed me, and it didn't even fucking look like him, dude. It almost looked like a long-haired Chris Farley almost. Shit.
When he was at his biggest?
But yeah.
Oh, fuck.
When he got here. And, yeah, he came in, I gave him a hug, and, dude, it was surreal, man.
Not bad.
He's had one visitor ever since he's been in fucking prison.
Really?
Yeah. Up in Eloy.
That's it.
That's it. And it's this dude named Lane that used to live kind of basically next door to him. He used to babysit the his daughter and stuff.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, but that's the only fucking visitor he's.
And how long ago was that?
In Eloy, so it had to have been around at least 8 years ago. So I imagine it's probably the last time he probably got was probably, I would say probably 15 or more years ago.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I mean, we talk fucking about everything because you're trying to fucking get everything in, you know?
Yeah, that's what it's like fucking crazy.
It's like, it was so crazy. So he came in and he's like, you look good, bro. And I said, thanks, man. You do too. I said, you look old as fuck, but you look good. And he's like, fuck you. You know?
Yeah. And right away it's on.
And
that's the shit with like friends and bros you haven't seen for a while. You're just like, hey, fuck you.
Yeah.
Right.
And
we're good.
and so he's like, so we're just kind of, we're talking. He's like, dude, so how you doing? He's like, good, man. And I don't remember the first fucking thing we even started talking about. We just kind of started, bullshitting.
Yeah.
And
how's the weather?
yeah, how's the weather? And so yeah, we were just talking, and he was talking to me about like, how he's like, yeah, I was running that prison up there, Eloy. He goes, I was second in command as far as the entire thing goes.
Wow.
And he has a tattoo here that says AW, which is Aryan Warriors.
Right.
And those Aryan Warriors run entire state of Nevada prison. Like that's what they run. And so all the whites are under them. Skinheads, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's like Aryan Warriors. He goes, and you gotta fucking gotta get your fucking rank in. And he's laughing and smiling. I mean, it's just like we just went and visited a buddy at his house because he's had to adapt to it finally.
He had to be fucking just giddy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he had to be like, what, visitor?
Well,
what? Huh?
He said, he's like, yeah, man. He's like, I was wondering. He's like, because I'd written him in the letter, He goes, I was wondering. I was like, man, I thought you got in an accident or something because I hadn't heard anything from you. And I said, yeah. I decided to come 1 o'clock because then they told me that I could stay the entire time. And he's like,
so he was thinking you were going to come in the morning?
Yeah.
Oh, so he's like, fucker.
Yeah, and he's like, man, is this motherfucker even going to show up?
Yeah, what a bitch.
I hope he's not in an accident and shit like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, that's how I explained to him. I was like, yeah, it's just, I figured instead of getting fucking 2 hours, might as well just get all of it,
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, it's like, might as well just get the fucking 3 hours all fucking in and we're good to go. And he's like, oh, it makes sense. And he goes, yeah. He's like, I was just teaching right now. I'm like, you were teaching? He's like, yeah, they just pulled me out of class. I was just teaching.
Oh, wait. Yeah,
is this it?
287, yep.
That's right. You did turn left here, or turn right here. I think Thanks for reminding me.
I don't know.
So I was like,
I don't want to end up in the fucking mountains, probably.
I think we eventually hit it anyway.
Oh, probably, yeah. It just goes
Because
up
I think,
and over.
yeah, I think that's the way it goes. And so then I was like, I was talking to him about, you know, about that fucking prison. He's like, yeah, I fucking, you know, I've been running it and shit like that. And over here, you know, he's like, I'm retired now. But he was
Fuck, he's luckier than we are in many ways. He's already retired? Jesus.
Yeah.
Kick back, got a part-time gig, making $28 a month.
I mean,
Fuck.
it's not so because he was saying like he was saying about money, but I'll get into that in a second. But yeah, so he's like, yeah, man, you gotta like do what you gotta do in here, right? And he's like, yeah. He said, I ran all the prison and shit. He goes, I enforced. Well, he was the enforcer for a long time. He's like, I wrote all the rules up there, and so, you know, a lot of shit goes by what I said. You know, I was a shot caller for a long time.
Yeah, I remember that.
And
that term.
yeah, and then he was like, he was just telling me, you know, when we were talking about some shit, and I said, dude, how fucking was it, you know, you got arrested, okay, so you ended up escaping, and then you ended up getting I remember you ended up getting transported to Eloy.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, man. I said, well, how old were you when you got up there? He goes, I just turned 19, because he went at 18, but he just got turned 19. And I said, how was it when you pulled up to that fucking prison at fucking 19 years old, dude? Like, what was the fucking thought going through your head when you're pulling up to this fucking place, and it's like, it's fucking prison? And he's like, dude, he goes, you know, nowadays I say different. He goes, but man, I was fucking scared shitless, man. I was a 19-year-old kid, like a little, like a skinny kid, you know.
Welcome to prison.
Yeah.
Full of men.
Yeah.
Fucking not fucking soft men. They're all fucking hard motherfuckers.
Hardcore bitches.
Yeah.
Like hardcore motherfuckers are out to kill.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of them.
Yeah.
So he's like, yeah. He's like, I was scared, dude. I remember walking in. They put me up at Carson City first, he said. And he goes, and when we went to Eloy, we went in this alleyway, and we're in a cell. And right outside, like close to the cell, is like a basketball court. So there's two blacks out there, and then he's like, oh fuck, you know. In my cell, he's like, you know, you're gonna have to fucking go out there, dude. He's like, fuck, you know. And so he's like, oh, you know, tensed up.
Yeah.
And he goes out there, and he goes, and then two more blacks come out. And they're like, oh fuck, now there's 2 against 4. He's like, this doesn't look fucking good.
Yeah.
And so then they're like, what's up? And then this Mexican comes in, and they talk some shit, whatever. And just bullshit, like, hey, what's up with this and that? Well, it was just kind of like a little bit of a fucking ruse. It didn't matter. Like, I'm just fucking with you. It's like, oh fuck, you know. It's like I was getting ready to get like all tense, you know. But then, but he said, you know, they always say, of course, you get in prison, you would go for the biggest fucking guy there is and take him down. He goes, you don't do that. That's not what you do. Okay, I'll tell you that right now. He goes,
sounds like a good idea.
He goes, you have a newbie coming up to me and getting me. He's like, I'll damn near fucking kill you. You know, I'll beat the shit out of you, and I'll damn near fucking kill you. So don't do that. And I forgot, he told me the story how he got his fucking how he earned his first name, basically. And I can't remember how it goes, but he was out like in that area, in that celly area, and they were talking about, you know, about these fucking two guys there, and they were like in a cell or some shit like that, and no, I'm okay right now, thanks. And Brad's like, So he's like, yeah, they're talking some shit. And Brad's like, fuck, I gotta go in and you know, hit this motherfucker, you know, basically like an education type of thing.
Yeah.
But they're like you gotta go in there, you gotta go there, and you gotta show these, you know, these dudes what's up. And he's like, oh, fuck. And he goes, and I just fucking ran up and I hit him. I fucking hit him once with my left. He goes down, I hit him with the fucking elbow, and I hit him in the fucking rib. Broke his rib and knocked him out.
Jesus.
And he goes, and that's when they were like, oh, this is crazy little motherfucker. Yeah, this is good, you know? Yeah. He's like, okay.
It was more like running on fear, probably.
Yeah, probably.
I'm just gonna fucking go all
He's
out
like,
and make sure something happens.
Yeah, they're like, he's a crazy little fucker. That's good. All right, you're on board, you know? That type of thing. So that's how he started getting his I guess, stripes in a sense. And then at one point, he finally gets moved up to level 1, which is where you're allowed at this point, like working and shit like that.
Oh, sure.
So he's moving up. And he goes, I get up there. So I move up. And now I have to fucking prove myself again. And he had done something before that. So he had beat up that dude, and then he did something else. I can't remember what it was, in order to get the respect, whatever.
Sure.
So then he came up, and they're like, you got to do something again. He's like, what? And he goes, yeah. They told me I have to make one of the things, he said, I had to make the entire kitchen fucking quit. Like, the entire kitchen, I had to make them quit.
Jesus.
So he goes, so I went in there, and I picked a knife, and I picked what was it, like, I don't know if it was a patch or something like that for Aryan Warriors or something like that. And he goes, pick one. Either you're with us, or you get the knife. And they're like, are you serious? He goes, yeah, I'm serious. Pick one. He goes, so I got the entire fucking kitchen to fucking quit.
Wow.
And he goes, that move right there, that little move right there, he said, cost me 12 years of not being allowed to work for money. Not get a fucking job in there.
Oh,
so for 12 years, I wasn't able to work. Yeah, because of that move. That was his punishment. I was like, holy shit. He says, yeah. And you know, the organization is so fucking crazy in that shit that, I mean, he says, like, they're strict as fuck. There's that thing.
Yeah, it's just,
we'll have to hit that shit up.
We should. It's getting fucking dark.
Yeah, it's getting dark.
Fucking weird. I have to look that shit up.
Yeah, Phoenix March. So yeah. So he was a fucking, so yeah, he's like, yeah, that one move cost me that whole shit. And he goes, you know, back home, he goes, I don't need money. I have my way to get my money, you know, I got my envelopes. But out here, he goes, I don't have that shit, you know. He goes, I have to, you know, I have to get my money, you know, by working or you know, people sending me shit.
Right.
So, you know, it's definitely a little different. He goes, that's why I just, you know, figured I'd ask for some money. I'm like, oh, no, man, that's cool. He's like, but back home, I get it, you know, it's not a big deal.
It just comes up.
Yeah, it just comes up. And, I mean, he's telling me all this shit, and I said, you know, I haven't heard from your boy, Nick, in a while. And he goes, oh, yeah. He's like, yeah, he's good. And I said, yeah. He goes, yeah, he doesn't want to talk to anybody. And I said, oh, okay, that's good to know. And he goes, yeah, man, it was all code. What you told me was all code. And I said, what? And he goes, yeah. So when he wrote you, hey, tell Brad, I'm doing good, I'm all right, I'm just doing my thing, that tells me, that was code for telling me, hey, I'm at Cactus, I'm at Scottsdale, I'm living with my mom, I got a good job, everything's good. And I said, no shit. He goes, yeah. He goes, everything is organized in here, man. And I said, no shit. He goes, yeah. He goes, so I knew that was good. And I was like, holy shit. He goes,
so
yeah.
He only reached out to you just to get that message to Brad.
Yeah.
He was never gonna.
No, he was. He was gonna come visit because because Brad's like, he never stopped by, and I said, no. He goes, I swore that he was going to. He's like, no, he never did. He goes, that weenie. But when Brad Brad left, I can't remember if it was Ely or Desert. Then Nick took over.
Oh, okay.
So he was right under Brad. So they were both in there. So he went in there like 2.5 years after Brad was in. So Brad was already in, in the States in there. But yeah, he went in there, and so that's how they became really good friends and shit. He was telling me, he's like, yeah, man, you had an idea of the shit that I've seen. He goes, well, that's why I write you the letters the way I write them to you. Because I said, what about that 45-pound weight thing that you fucking told me one time or some shit? He goes, oh, yeah. Yeah, so this is interesting. So when there's some shit that goes down, I don't even know if am I supposed to turn somewhere else or
10's coming up right here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's like, so when shit goes down, okay, so he goes, so say this guy right here and this Mexican guy behind you. He says, say the Mexican guy and the white dude fucking get into it, or something happens.
Sure.
Right? He goes, something happens. He goes, that's where me, as a shot caller at this point, has to go to him, and whatever, who knows whatever happens. So if he if he did something to the Mexican dude, we have to handle it on the white guy. He goes, because see, this stops from a race war. So what happens is, you get the fucking Mexican and the fucking white guy fucking fight each other, and one of them loses. They're gonna be pissed off, like, well, what the fuck, because it's, fuck that. We're not gonna let the Mexicans, or we're not gonna let the fucking whites and shit like that.
Yeah.
So the Mexicans take care of the Mexicans, and the whites take care of the whites. So that's how we, we roll. That's how we roll. It's the politics, the prison politics. That's how it works.
Yeah, it makes sense. Keeps it from, like you said, becoming an all-out fucking war.
Yeah, an all-out fucking war. I was like, no shit. He's like, yeah. So that's how we fucking roll in here. So he said at that time, yeah. So there's two blacks. They're fucking working out. They're benching, right? So this fucking black, he's doing a bench press, and he's he's got 225 on there, whatever. 2 plates, and he's going, pump, 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 pump.
Yeah.
And he goes, and about after the 10th rep, which at this point would be his spotter.
Yeah.
Remind me to always be careful of the spotters now. So this is his spotter, right?
Yeah.
Grabs a fucking 45-pound plate and boom, fucking scalps him. The fucking top. Takes the top of his fucking skin and part of his head right off. Doesn't kill him.
Fuck.
And fucking take with the entire. When I told him, like, what about this fucking weight? She goes, let me tell you something, Jose. Weights are dangerous, and here's why.
Well, I would think so, but fuck.
Yeah, so he ends up. So yeah, and he goes, yeah, I saw him a few years later after that. He goes, he got a big old fucking gnarly scar on the top of his fucking head.
Bet.
But yeah, it took a fucking 45-pound plate and just fucking.
Jesus.
Just like this, he said, boom, while he's laying on the fucking bench, and just fucking crushed his head over the top.
Brutal.
Yeah. He said it was fucking crazy, dude.
Oh God.
He said he's seen people. He has seen some shit. He goes, I seen a guy, fucking, and this is not him doing it. He's just saying like he saw shit. You know? And he said he saw this one dude. There's a fucking metal bar like this long.
20 inches almost, 2 feet almost.
Probably about 12 to 14.
Okay.
Fucking gets stabbed right fucking through the other side. He saw another guy get fucking stabbed against the wall. Whew, it stabbed, and they heard the fucking metal pin, or whatever you want to call it, hit the fucking door on the back side that it went through so fucking hard and fast. Like, dink! And he said it killed him. He was dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. One fucking shot, he was dead. Shit. Said he saw a dude get stabbed 37 times, got up, sat on his bunk, went to the hospital, survived.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That's a lot of anger, 37 stabs. You got to get pretty tired after about 15 or 20.
Dude.
Like,
You gotta have
last ones are just
cardio
like,
for that shit.
Fuck it, I'm done.
Yeah. He said he probably read 700 books up there in fucking Ely in prison and shit.
I believe it.
He's bought all of them. He was so that's to say. So he was teaching when they went and got him. He's like, yeah. He's like, they came in. He goes, I was teaching pagan. He's like, what? Oh, pagan. You know, his religion. He goes, yeah, my religion. He goes, yeah, that's what I was teaching. I was like, no shit. He goes, yeah. He goes, I am the teacher for this. I've earned the qualification. He goes, I get a Thor hammer. I don't get to wear it here because I can't we're not allowed to wear jewelry. But they get this little Thor hammer, and it's a Vikings thing, Odin.
Yep.
And he said, I teach because I've read so much and studied so much that I'm to this level where I'm able to now be here and do this. So he goes, so I was actually teaching class. So somebody came in and said, hey, Brad, you need to go. And he's like, no, I got 10 minutes left. I'm teaching. He goes, you got a visitor, you got to go. He's like, oh, okay. And so he's all happy. And he said this morning, his boys are like, look at you all fucking happy. He's like, shut the fuck up, man. I got my homeboy fucking visiting me today, But I asked him, I said, so, because he said, like, Nick, when you go out, you have to be careful, I guess, because if you go out and, you're like that type of race, people can still fucking get you on the outside.
Right.
And so that's why he's not, like, he doesn't want to talk to anybody, I guess. And I'm like, oh, no, I can understand that. And he goes, yeah. He goes, it's just one of those things. It's being, surviving. And he's like, so it's just one of those things. And he said, and I said, so, of course you got, because he's like, this is why I earned this, the SS, because I forgot what he did to earn that. So he's earned, certain things, certain badges, basically, you can say.
Yeah.
And
real high quality prison tats too.
Yeah,
right?
actually, this fucking one on his arm was actually really fucking good.
Really?
Yeah, it was all like, it's like a Grim Reaper, all fucking shaded all nicely. Like, I've seen some fucking professional tattooers that didn't even do that
Could
well.
have fucked up the shading.
Yeah, I'm like, holy shit.
This week on prison tattoo artist.
Prison tattoo artist. So yeah, so he was just telling me how fuck, what was I gonna say? His badges and shit. Yeah. But I forgot where I was going with that. He was saying, so he was saying, because I said, so if you were to go on the outside, when if you were released, would you still have to hang out with your people, your race? He's like, no. He goes, this is for survivability and what I need to do here. But he's like, outside, no, I'm not a racist. It's just nothing. That's not the deal out there. On the outside, it's different. I was like, oh, okay. And he goes, but like,
because I'm Mexican, right?
Yeah. And he's like, but in here, it's fucking different. He's like, in here, he's like, yeah, I mean, I got friends that are like, Mexican and blacks and stuff like that. But he's like, but you can't break bread with him. You can't break bread with him, and you can't eat at the same table. Right. And you can't do something else. I forgot. You could do business. But he said, you can't have him sit next to you, so you can't eat next to him. Because in case you have to kill him, you don't want to be friends with him. You don't want to have any sort of hesitation at all. Yeah. And so if you get to know this person, you might have a hesitation when you might have to kill him, and you can't have that. So you can't break bread with him. Damn. I was like, holy shit. And he had his hair down, the ponytail he's sawing. He's like, it's probably a little closer to his middle of his back. He goes, this right here, it's a no-no. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, well, it's not a no-no, but I'm retired now, but this you shouldn't have. Oh, yeah. Because once you get in a race riot, they'll fucking grab you, they'll pull your fucking hair back, and they'll fucking slit your fucking throat. I was like, holy shit. And he's like, yeah. It's all about survival. It's all about survival. So I asked him, I said, dude, so when you're in prison, are you always in danger? Like, is there always a fear of some sort, large or small, that you could be killed? And he goes, yeah, most of the time. I said, so you have to always kind of walk with your, eyes to your back, shoulder, eyes over the shoulder. He's like, yeah, you always have to just kind of be aware for sure.
Jesus.
I was like, holy fuck. He said,
High intense, high stress.
Yeah, but he goes, but yeah, this is the kind of shit I gotta deal with, you know? It's fucking unreal. He goes, I had hundreds of inmates reporting to me, you know, at Ely. And I gotta deal with these fucking retards sometimes, you know? He's like, you know, I'm trying to get shit done and doing something because I got a lot of distractions. And they just kept coming to me and shit, you know? But you gotta be there to help everything run smoothly, you know? He said, I have to make everything run smoothly. I got to make sure people are being punished for what they need to be punished for, whatever it is, you know. And I was like, fuck, man. And he said, yeah, it's just what we go through, you know. And he's like, it's just everything's very, very, you know, very, very well organized here, you know. He's like, when we hear everything, you know, anytime the fucking prisoner or even the cops are talking, we listen. Everybody's always fucking listening, you know. And so everybody's always listening and shit. And I was like, fuck. And he says, so, you know, not here so much, but of course back home, he goes, in Ely it was different. He goes, in Ely, us prisoners are very respected by the officers. Not so much in Indian Springs, which I forgot it's called Desert Horizon or something like that. He goes, not so much there, but here in Ely, they're in Ely, he goes, they are. And, you know, you end up making friendships. And the way you do that, he goes, like, for instance, if you're walking by and you hear, like, somebody go, like a cop's like, yeah, you know, the car just broke down, I don't even have money for it, and this and that. That'll go around, and it'll come back, and there'll be a guy in the yard, and there's a cop by there, and he's like, yeah, so I heard you had some problems with your car. He goes, yeah, why don't you contact this guy? He'll go ahead and help you out. Don't worry about paying it right now. You can always pay a little bit later by later, but, you know, just to help you out. And they start building that friendship with that officer at that point. So, not that he's going to be corrupt, but it's about allowing a little more than usual as far as maybe, you know, comic books or whatever the fucking case
right.
is.
Yeah. You're not going to get, you know, shotguns and fucking riot gear delivered to your cell, but hey man, anything's better than nothing.
Yeah, and
you might get some extra stamps for betting.
Yeah.
Hey.
And it was crazy. Another thing he told me. Sorry guys. I apologize. I'm all over the place, but I mean,
I'm fucking hit record and fucking roll and whatever.
It's just like
you'll listen to it later and go, oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I will. But supposedly starting in July they're going to start shipping them in groups at a time back home. He says by November we're supposed to be all back home. So I'm going to have to try to come up quite a few times to come see him.
And who knows what batch he'll be in.
Exactly. So it was starting in June or July. He said that's going to be the time when they're going to start shipping them. So I want to try to definitely come up more often.
Yeah.
Kudos to this this black lady that I ended up being there at the same time. So, really quick to her, and I should have got her name, but really nice older lady, probably in her 60s, and she was there to visit her nephew, which I found out later, and she hadn't seen him in 20 years.
Oh shit!
And so we're there, you know, I'm at the counter, and you know, they're like, okay, here's, you know, ID, and I'm like, okay, cool, and so I got the ID. And said wallet, and she goes, oh yeah, so you're gonna need a locker. I'm like, yeah. So, okay, give me a locker. She goes, I think I got a quarter. She gave me a quarter. You get your quarter back, so that's cool.
Yeah.
But I said, yeah, well, I have cash. You know, so where's the card? She's like, oh, she goes, oh, you got dropped off, huh? And I said, yeah. She goes, I said, why, is it a drive? She goes, yeah, it's in the other building. I was like, oh. She goes, yeah, our machine stopped working today.
Oh shit!
And I was like, what? And she goes, yeah. So it's and she goes, it's right here. You know, she goes, it's right here. But yeah, it stopped working today. It's one of those things. And I was like, oh. So the black lady there, she goes, are we all gonna be in the same area? And she goes, yeah. She goes, well, I have like $40 on this card. Why don't can I just share it with him? And she goes, yeah, you can if you'd like. And she goes, okay. And And I was like, really? She goes, yeah, and then just give me the money when we get back. Or I said, well, what about I just give it to you now because we're going to, we got to put it in the locker. So here's $20. And she goes, yeah, that's fine. If you use 20, she goes, I doubt we're going to use all of it. And I'm like, okay. And so then we went in and I'm sitting there for a while. Her niece got brought out pretty quick. And she was there talking for a little bit. She came and talked to us to I'll call her the lobby officer.
Yeah.
Or visiting officer, whatever. So she comes and she's like, hey, can I use that? She goes, yeah, you can, definitely, yeah, you can. Why don't you guys go together, though, so there's not too many people walking around? And I said, okay. And I said, it's just us two, right? Not the inmates. And she goes, yeah, I think so. So she asked, she goes, the inmates can't go, right? Like, no, the inmates always have to be seated. I'm like, okay. She goes, well, just come get me whenever you want to get something. And I'll be at, and I can see you. Just be over there. Just come get me, and then I'll walk over to the vending machine with you. I'm like, okay. So then Brad fucking sits down. After we were talking, we're talking, and I'm like, here's the menu. He's like, you want something? He's like, nah, man, I'm good. And I said, you sure, man? I said, the fucking card the machine doesn't work here, but that black lady over there said that I could use her fucking card. We walk up there. And I said, why don't you get something, dude? And he's like, it's so fucking expensive, man. I'm like, don't fucking worry about the money, dude. Don't worry about that bullshit.
Yeah.
He goes, I could use this cheeseburger. And it's just those vending machines, with the fucking things,
fuck yeah.
And he's like, I could use a cheeseburger. And I said, you want a soda? And he goes, sure. He's like, and I said, what kind? He's like, whatever. I was like, pick, man, whatever. And he's like, I don't know, whatever. I said, how about a Mountain Dew, man? That's what we used to do for high school.
Hell yeah.
And he's like, okay, I'll do a cheeseburger and a bacon cheeseburger and a Mountain Dew. I'm like, all right, dude, cool. And I said, remember in high school, we used to do the fucking Mountain Dew in the fucking Snickers bar. He's like, yeah, man, yeah. So I go there. The lady's like, okay, let's go. And she's like, any time you need it, just let me know. Start getting maybe off of this fucking next exit if this is possible.
Shit. Do you know how to get it around?
I'd usually just take whatever exit there is, go that way, and I'll usually run into town somewhere. We'll see what this thing says. Yeah, I'm curious what this is. So she's like, anytime I'll see you moving, I'll just go meet you at the vending machine. I said, okay, sounds good. But so I went and got her, went over there, got the burger, got the fucking Mountain Dew, vending machine. I see the Snickers bar. I said, I gotta get this motherfucker. I fucking grabbed it and I said, hey, dude, here's a burger, but here's the Snicker bars and Mountain Dew, just like we used to do back in fucking high school. He's like, yeah.
That's awesome.
And so he's like, he's eating the Snickers bar, and I was like, he's like, you want a bite, man? I'm like, no. He's like, sugar, huh? I said, and he's like, sugar, huh? And I was like, yeah. He's like, yeah. I said, well, I don't always eat it, man, but I do like them. He's like, no big deal. So I heated up the fucking burger for him in the microwave that they got there. But it was just like
a great little gas station dinner.
Yeah, it was. And that's exactly what we used to have.
Yeah. Fucking love
but
that
that's what
shit.
makes it so fucking awesome like it was the Snickers and fucking Mountain Dew, like the fucking thing we used to fucking do. Yep. It was fucking nice, man. So that was
fucking awesome.
Yeah, that was so.
Yeah, thanks to her. That's fucking cool, man.
Yeah, and so.
What a gal.
Well, not only what a gal. So then she goes, "How much was on the card?" I said, "I think he had like $47." She goes, "Oh." I said, I don't know. The burger was $4, and I don't know how much the candy was. Oh, I don't remember the soda. She goes, the soda was at $2. I'm like, I said, I'm just gonna give you a 10. She goes, okay. Do you have a 10? I said, no, I only have a 20. She goes, it's okay. We'll figure it out. I said, okay. So we went out. We finally get done. After she's like while we're getting ready to leave. Yeah. And we go out. And then, of course, we got to wait to turn our little visitor badge in, and we get our IDs, because we got to leave our IDs there.
Oh, yeah.
And she comes back, because I'm like, where is she? And I'm like, I got to go to the fucking restroom, I'm like, where the fuck is she? I said, she might be in the restroom. But she's not. I'm like, whatever. No big deal. I'm still waiting in line so we can all give our badges back. Yeah. And she comes back in. She goes, oh. What? Oh, she goes, we got to get the visitor badges. Like, yeah. She goes, I'm out there. She goes, where is this dude at? And I said, yeah, you want your license back, right? She goes, yes, I definitely do. She goes, I completely forgot about that. I said, yeah, you don't want to go without your license. And so I was like, okay, I'm just going to go to the restroom right after this. She goes, okay. And so then she,
sure. Right, little Mexican man.
Yeah. So I came back out. No, I was gonna go use the restroom, but somebody was in line, so I was waiting. And I said, and she goes, "Oh, don't worry about it. You're good." And I'm like, "What?" And she goes, "Yeah, don't worry about it. It's fine. We're good." And I said, "Well, no. Can I at least give you the $5?" She goes, "No. Just pay it forward. Don't worry about it, hon. We're good."
Really?
Yeah.
Jeez.
I was like, "Oh my God." She goes, "Just pay it forward." I was like,
Yeah.
Thank you so much." She goes, "You're welcome, hon. No
You
problem."
owe the universe right now.
Yeah.
Damn it.
And she
That's
doesn't.
awesome.
But
Yeah, she doesn't. Yeah, she's square.
So that was nice. So yeah. Let's see. So another thing we were talking about is, so he's like, "Yeah, man." He goes, he says, when we're in the cells, we can give each other stuff. He's like, "Yeah, I grab some fucking batteries, and I make this little thread. We make this little thread out of our underwear." He goes, "I gotta show you how to do that sometime. It's awesome." He goes, "It's hella strong too. I tie 2 fucking batteries up,
Yeah.
and I tie him up and I fucking throw him to the fucking cell that I need to throw it to. Lands there, and I go, 'Hey man, hook me up, or let's hook up.'" And in other words, they got reading material, so they fucking,
Yeah.
It's like, "I got some shit." It's like, "Okay." So they'll fucking get like a manila envelope, put it in there, tie it up, and then he fucking drags it back. and
That's fucking awesome.
And that's how they trade it. So he's like, "Your mom," he's like, "I don't know if I told you about this, but your mom with the Jehovah's Witness stuff." I was like, "Yeah." She goes, "She sent me a fucking packet like this, right?" It's like, it must have been like 40 fucking books in there. He goes,
Yeah.
So, he goes, and I was like, "I'm going to read one because I know his mom will sense it. And I don't want to be in trouble with his mom." Like, so I'm going to read one,
Yeah.
because that way I can't lie. Like,
Yeah.
"Did you read him?" Yep. I read him. Or I read one.
Yeah.
Okay. So he's like, "So I'm good." So I read it. I was like, "Fuck, why not?" So he's like, "Let me get some shit." Yeah. He's like, "There's like 48 cells in here." He's like, "I got like 40 of these fucking things." So I'm fucking, for like the next 2 days, I'm like fucking telling people, "Yeah, hook me up." And he goes, before you know it, almost the entire fucking cell fucking units there are fucking having Jehovah's Witnesses. And all of a sudden they're like, "Hey, not fucking hooking up with you anymore, man. You're giving us all this Jehovah's Witnesses." Like, "Hey, that's good stuff. Just read it, goddammit." It's my homie's mom. You're gonna talk bad about my homie's mom? Okay, that's what I thought. Now just read the shit, And he's like, "So yeah." So eventually, he's like, "They're probably still floating around there sometime." But then I wrote the Jehovah's Witness organization thing. I'm definitely interested in more literature, and I just put everybody else's names down besides mine. But he was laughing. He goes, he's like, "It's a stack like this fucking big, right? I'm sitting in my fucking cell. I'm just kicking back. Fuck officer comes. He's like, 'Hey, you got mail.'" And he's like, kind of like laughing. And he's like, "Fuck?" He's like, he's like, "What?" And he's like, "You got mail." And he looks. He's like, "Meza." He's like, "The hell's Jehovah's Witness?" He goes, "Jehovah's Witness? Would you guys have a Jehovah's Witness stop by or something?" And he goes, and you can hear all the officers fucking laughing and shit. And they're like, he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Happy reading." And he's like, "Fuck you." And he's like, "Meza, that must be Jose's mom sending me this stuff, But he's like, "Yeah." They must probably still be out there fucking floating around and shit,
Read that shit forever.
But it was crazy how they talk, how they communicate. I mean, he says it's very, very fucking strict.
Oh, I bet.
As far as, so he said I can be out in the tables, right, just out there. Because it's just kind of like this, but their metal tables are bolted down and the chairs are stationary, of course. He goes, "I could take off my watch, leave it right there, and it won't get stolen. I will until I come back and grab it myself." He goes, "They don't steal shit. Nobody steals shit out here." And I said, "Really?" And he goes, "Yeah." And and he goes, "I leave my food out there one time." He's like, "These fucking, these Hawaiians. Yeah, these Hawaiians here." And there's a bunch of fucking Hawaiians in that
I remember
center.
that's what that guard said.
Yeah.
Hawaii or...
Yeah, but there was one white guy and all of them were Hawaiians except for one Mexican cat.
Wow.
And And he's like, yeah, we got all these guys here and stuff like that. And so he's like, I set my bowl of food right there, and I walk off, and I come back, and still there. And Hawaiian's like, man, you could do that? And he's like, yeah. He's like, you do that shit back home in Hawaii, man, like Samoa, just grab and start eating it. He goes, that'll be last meal. And he goes, I'm just crazy. I mean, it's just, and he's like, I'm just kidding. It's kind of prison talk. I mean, it can't happen. He goes, the more than likely it's gonna happen. He's like, the fuck you doing?
Yeah.
Well, I was hungry. Well, go get me another fucking bowl. That ate my food,
Yeah.
That's kind of how it would work out. But, it can get a little escalated for sure.
Depending on whose food you're taking.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Fucking lose an arm.
so he's like saying that. So he says, whatever I have, I leave it there, and it will stay there. He goes, I said, so what happens if that happens? He goes, well, one thing I did see, he's like, I was in there, like, when I kind of was first in there, and he goes, yeah, I'm in there, and this guy took some shit from somewhere, and they come up and like, so who stole this shit? Because he goes, okay, so what would happen? He goes, I'd tell my cellie, somebody took my watch. And after that, we're going to go walking around, we're going to go asking around, and we're going to see who's got my watch.
Right.
And eventually, I will find my watch.
Oh, yeah.
And he goes, so the one time that I did see something happen, he goes, this guy stole some shit. I can't remember what the fuck that it was that he stole. He stole something. He goes, fucking 4 guys came in, fucking dropped him, put him down, held his fucking hand out, and they all stomped his fucking hand until they broke it to shit.
Oh, fuck.
And so the guy goes, all you guys here, anybody steals, that's what happens. You get your fucking hand broke.
Yeah, no shit.
And
it's like fucking old third world shit where they cut your fucking hand off.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He goes, it's very, very strict here. You go by the fucking rules, And then he goes, yeah, and he goes, see, I got a BB right here. Well, what the fuck's that? Yeah, you got a BB inside. He goes, yeah, I got a BB in there. He goes, well, I got shot. What the fuck you mean got shot? He goes, yeah, I got blasted by a shotgun 5 times. I'm like, what? He goes, yeah. So imagine there's a baseball field, right?
Yeah.
We're out there playing baseball. I'm in like center field, or kind of like
Probably right field.
Was it? Where's shortstop play? They play between second and third, I think.
Yeah.
So he must be out there and left.
Okay.
He goes, imagine. So there's this guy, up at the front, and there's two of our guys that's supposed to get to him and stab him, but they're not doing their job. They're not doing a good job because they're not winning. I run from that point to center field, and then finally we took care of it. I reached it, but he goes, I'm running, and the fucking guard shoots me. Boom! Shoots at my legs first, hits me, and he goes, and I could still right now because I could still hear the fucking BBs hitting, just fucking entering his fucking skin. He said, just hitting him. So he's like, they hit me here, boom. I'm going. He fucking shoots again. He fucking hits me again. And right before I get to him, he hits me and shoots me, and I get it fucking right here on the fucking side of my head, and then on my shoulder. I get to him, I grab him, do my thing. They shoot me again, and so it's a total of 5 times. He goes, I had to pull out like 150 fucking BBs out of my fucking skin. I said, they don't take you to nurse or some shit like that? And he goes, no, unless it's like infecting it or there's danger. But no, other than that, no, they just leave you.
I'm surprised they let you keep the little BBs out.
Yeah, and he said he picked them all out. He goes, I got to steal some in my leg. I have this one in my eye that's still in there. But yeah, he's like, and I was like, dink, dink. Yeah, and he goes, I had them saved up for a while until one of the guards finally took them. He goes, hey, I paid for those. But he took them anyway. He's like, it's $5 a bullet.
Oh, Jesus, I bet.
Yeah. And I was like, holy shit. He goes, yeah, man, but I can still hear just brr, brr. Well, I was like, well, I'm getting fucking drilled, he said.
Oh, that would not feel good.
And I can't remember, I said, how old were you at this time? He goes, I was like 22 at the time. I was like, God damn, dude. Yeah,
Fuck.
just like, he's like, yeah, dude, it's definitely crazy. in here. He's like, this shit that I'm in today in this area is fucking. He's like, I ain't never seen no shit like this before. I said, so what's better, here or there? And he goes, here we get a lot more things, but I like it up there better because he's got his his familiarity.
He owns the motherfucker.
So this is the crazy shit. So this is another proof of prison and it's fucking garbage.
Yeah. You mean how they reform everybody?
Right. So here's what happens. He tells me one thing I really like here. He goes, is that I can do programs. I said, what do you mean by programs? He goes, I can do programs. I can do work programs. I can do things, as far as learning new things, whatever. I said, so programs are to make yourself better. Yes. He's like, exactly. To make myself better.
Yeah.
He goes, so here I'm able to take programs. He goes, back home I'm not. I'm like, why? He goes, because I'm in life, and they figure there's no reason for me to try to make myself there's no reason to make myself better. So they don't allow me to take programs because I'm life. So I'm pretty much wasted, so they don't bother.
Oh, fuck that.
You believe that shit?
I mean, yeah, but
that's fucking ridiculous,
Jesus.
Man. He goes, yeah, so I'm not allowed to do
all they
programs
have
up
is a way to kill time. You might as well fucking let it be positive shit.
Yeah, so he's not allowed. He's not allowed to fucking do programs up there because to them, they already think it's a waste. He's alive. Forget about it. Forget about him.
Lost cause. Fuck
Move
that
on.
guy.
Yeah, basically.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's fucking nuts.
And he used to run under this one cat, I guess, who used to be on the practice squad of an NFL team of the Dallas Cowboys. Actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Up in Ely. Been in there for 43 motherfucking years.
Jesus.
So he told me, and I don't know if you remember, and I gotta look at the scene again or look at the movie again, Casino.
Yeah.
So there's a story in Casino that has this cat in here.
Oh, really?
His name is Billy Bob Farmer.
Okay.
He has been in prison for 43 years. He is 80 now.
Okay.
There in Ely. And I said, so what's he in prison for? And he goes, for 2 mafia murders. That's the ones that you see in fucking Casino.
The baseball bat ones?
I don't remember which one it is. I have to check it out.
Did they actually mention that name?
I think so.
Oh, wow. Because I'm trying to
I'm not sure if they do, or at least they probably don't say that. But yeah, they probably
something in there will tell you.
Exactly. But yeah, he's like, you look it up on the net, on the internet, you'll find. It's like, you fucking know the internet?
All lowercase.
Hey, fuck you.
HTTP.
I was giving some fucking shit too, because he's like, I was like, are you allowed to get music? He's like, yeah, I get MP3 players. He goes, I'm a fucking old fart though. I like my cassettes. I'm like, dude, you're already old as fuck. Quit looking older, man. Yeah. And I said, get with the fucking program. He's like, well, you gotta fucking put up this kiosk. Because I said, how do you get music? He goes, well, you plug in your MP3 player into this kiosk, and it's like $1.17 minus a little bit here and there, or I mean more.
Yeah.
Add a little bit more here and there.
Yeah, fucking iTunes for prison.
Yeah, basically. And you plug it into the kiosk, you plug in your little USB drive, and you just select the songs you want. So I log on. Hey, yes, I know how to log on, motherfucker. I know what that means. And then he's like, yeah, and they're telling him, like, yeah, this fucking Brad ever fucking gets out, you're gonna need a babysitter. And he's like, what do you mean, need a fucking babysitter? He's like, yeah, man, you're gonna be walking through a 7-Eleven, somebody's gonna bump into you, and you're gonna be like, what the no, you fucking move, and you're gonna be thinking you're still in prison. I'm like, they got a point. He goes, yeah, okay, so they do, but still. And I said, all right, so just so you know, Brad, so because he said, like, they have like the like what they call a porter, and a porter is a person that delivers packages. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't want to go too much into detail.
All right.
But nonetheless, say they have a porter from a different race.
Okay.
And people come in from out of town, and they get transferred or whatever. And say the Hawaiians got a fucking a porter, and that's how shit gets transferred into the prison.
Yep.
But say, another race comes in from another place, goes, we want that. And so they go to the porter and they go, well, either you quit or we kill you. One of the two.
Jesus.
So they quit, and then they can get their porter in, and now they get the shit, right?
Yeah.
It's like that trading. It's like trades. Basically, it's all it is. So he goes, so that's how that works. And I said, okay, all right, Brad. So I'll tell you right now, you ever get out, you want a job out there on the outside, you don't kill somebody, okay? Nor do you beat them up. You just have to do it in a more different. I know that fucker. Well, kinda. I'm like, no,
kinda.
I still gotta babysit your fucking ass.
You need a babysitter.
But I did tell him, I said, so do you think
A prison to work program.
yeah. So I said, do you think that if you were ever to get out, do you think you could reform? And he goes, I do, man. I said, really? And he goes, yeah. He goes, I think about it every single day. And I said, really? He goes, yeah. He goes, I think, I know that I could. And I said, that's fucking good to hear, man. He goes, yeah. And I said, well, if you ever get out, you can always crash on my couch. He goes, oh, yeah, don't worry, I already have that planned. For sure, I'll be at your fucking place first of all. So I said, that's good. He goes, but yeah, I definitely can be, you know. So, I mean, it is so bizarre talking to him after all these years. It was like I never fucking stopped talking to him. I mean, it was the same Brad. I mean,
Isn't that weird?
Definitely more violent and stuff because of the shit that he's been through. But
he's in survival mode right now.
yeah, but he's like, yeah, finally
It's
just
not a fucking daycare.
you just gotta fucking stay. He's like, we gotta be relaxed, man. That's how we are. You gotta relax after a while, you know. And I said, well, whatever happened to so and so? Because I said a couple people that we knew. I said, what happened to? I'll just say Mary, because then I know it's just completely off guard. So whatever happened to Mary? Whatever, this dude. And he's like, oh yeah. So he's like, yeah. So, I hear my boys fucking talk about, hey man, hey Brad, this fucking boy, this guy knows you. This guy knows you.
Yeah.
He's saying he's all fucking tight with you and shit. I was like, what the fuck? He's like, who the fuck is this? He goes, hey man, it's me, Brad, it's me. And he's like, I don't even know who the fuck you are. And he's like, yeah, it's, so and so. And we used to call him a nickname.
Yeah.
And so he called him a nickname, and they're like, why do you call him that? And he goes, oh, because he used to wear bowling shoes to school. And so everybody started fucking laughing at him, and he got all fucking pissed off, and he's like, oh, fuck you, this and that, and so forth. And he goes, well, that's when I told you, I said, we peeled the covers off. So he's telling everybody he's all tight and this and that, and we're best friends. But the moment that is that the one oh yeah, 143. He's like, but the moment that we oh shit.
He just came over at the same time. We're bigger. Get out of the fucking way.
So then
Sky on.
so then he's like, yeah, so we started making fucking fun of him. And my boy started making fun of him and shit, and we started getting through it. And he got all pissed off, and then then got put PC, which is custody, basically.
Yeah.
Protective custody. And I said, oh no shit. He goes, yeah. He goes, he's white, so he gets the automatic protection under the whites.
Right.
He's under the umbrella, basically, protection. But that's as far as it goes. He goes into and that's it. But he's like, he's not allowed to use my name. If he uses my name, then there's going to be some problems. But he said, but we peeled the covers off of him because he was saying how tight they were and that we used to hang out and they were friends and this and that. I walk out, I don't even know who he is. I crack a fucking joke on him, he gets pissed off, and at that point they knew this motherfucker's full of shit. He's just trying to use Brad's name to fucking get shit, get his shit. And not get basically raped, killed, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Goes, so he says like, that's the type of shit that will, that can get you in some trouble,
Uh-huh.
And then this other cat, and I was like, whatever happened to this homeboy? And he's like, oh yeah, he goes, he was telling people too that he fucking knew me and shit, and that we were fucking buddies and we're bros and this and that. And I see him, he goes, I kind of remember you, but he's like, yeah man, we used to do this and we used to hang out with so and so. He's like, I can't remember anything. He's like, where are you getting these fucking stories from? Who told you these fucking stories? It was like a fucking spy, He's like, who told you these fucking stories? And he's like, yeah. He goes, and I said, you don't remember him, huh? And he goes, no, man, I really don't. And so I was out there, and he's like, yeah. It's like, you don't remember him, huh? He's like, no, so at one point I said, cut him loose. I said, so what's cut him loose means? He goes, cut him loose means basically like, let him go, but he's not allowed to use my name. My name carries a lot of fucking power, a lot of privileges. If you use my name, you get hooked up with a lot of shit. But yeah, I have to know you. I have to have, you have to be my friend, all this and that, right? That's what he said. And he's like, and that's just the way it is.
Can't protect everybody.
Yeah, so he's like, so that's how it was. It's like, I told him cut him loose means he can't use my name. Do not let him get anything under my name. He's under protective custody, but that's it. And he can't use my name anymore. He fucking flipped out. He said he fucking flipped out and went and got some shit anyway under my name, and I haven't seen him since. I mean, he's still alive, but he's not seen him since.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, that's fucking interesting. He goes, yeah, man, and so he's like that type of shit happens. Another thing he told me is that he created a workout program out there that every place has their fucking program. So mine was it like sets of 30 burpees, 3 sets or something like that. Just 30 minutes. That's it. But every day, this is the regimen. This is the program. This is the workout program regimen. He goes, because I got to make sure all the boys are in shape, because in case the fucking war starts out, he goes,
can't have a fat guy who's been like, oh fuck,
yeah.
Oh, fuck. He's like you said, stab motherfucker 37 times. That's gonna wear you out. You gotta be in shape for that.
He said it's all about protecting yourself, and he goes, and I'm telling them to keep in shape because you know why? Because I don't want to have to worry about them. I got to worry about myself, so I got to keep them in shape. So I could take care of myself. It has nothing to do with you motherfuckers. He goes, It has to do with, here you're on your own. Like, that's the way it is. But yeah, they got workout. He's like, the Mexicans and the whites have it. The other races don't, he said. But, that's how we run. We have that program of, exercise and fitness and shit. I was like, fuck, man. He goes, yeah. He said, it's very, very structured out here, in here for sure. He goes, everything is fucking right on.
Oh, it has to be.
Yeah, it has to be. And here he's like, hey man, I could actually see the outside, out in the parking lot.
Yeah.
He goes, yeah, back home, I don't get to see shit. They got me fucking like it's fucking locked away.
Yeah, you're in the middle of probably a campus and you're dead fucking center. You can't see shit.
Yeah,
anywhere.
probably. But yeah, it was fucking crazy fucking seeing him though, man. I mean, he talked about a couple of the stories, because he's talking about like the fucking way they like people get drugs and shit, and how they split them and
turn off the audio for that one, probably, huh?
Well, I just figured like the way like they measured it. Yeah, I won't say how, but the way they measure it, like he says heroin and shit gets all slung in there. And he goes, they measure it with the fucking like a cap of whatchamacallit?
Toothpaste or chapstick?
Chapstick, yeah.
Oh, wow.
You got it.
2 caps?
When's your thing? At 7:30?
Yeah, I got one.
I was gonna say, you want to stop by for a beer at this place just for a minute?
Yeah.
For one beer?
Oh, yeah.
At the Lou Grubs or whatever?
Yeah, I didn't want to interrupt your thinking. I was just saying fucking hit somewhere and grab a beer or a snack.
Yeah, let's do Lou Grub for a second.
Perfect. That's absolutely perfect. I got plenty of time.
Cool. So he's like, that's how they measure it. And I'm like, holy fuck. And he goes, yeah, man, that's how it goes. And I said,
we had to go that way though. For Lou's?
For Grub? Right here's where I turned last time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, fucking awesome. I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And so I was like, no shit. He goes, yeah, man, that's how it is. I was like, wow, that's fucking nuts. And I said, so do you see a lot of fucking like, drug addicts, like, that are addicts, like not formal, like
really, yeah,
like they're straight addicted now. He goes, oh yeah, dude, there's a fucking ton of them. Like, no shit. He goes, yeah. He's like, I've seen my, oh shit, not this one, it's this one. He goes, I seen my friend, don't want to go into the barricades. He goes, yeah, you see friends like fucking just nosedive. I'm like, no shit. He goes, yeah, man. He goes, no, never touched it. I've never fucking used a needle. Like, dude, I'm so fucking glad and happy to hear that.
Oh.
He goes, it's the one promise that I made, man. I'm like, what? He goes, remember Mom Shockey, which is our, friend's mom that we don't talk to him anymore, but she unfortunately has long passed away. But, she told me one time, she goes, you guys don't fucking inject anything, stay away from needles and all that shit, and don't be fucking snorting bullshit, whatever, but don't be using needles. And he goes, but I'm gonna still smoke, weed. She goes, that's fine, don't ever use needles. And he goes, and I've always kept that promise to her. Like, he's very loyal to those points where if he tells you, like, he won't do something, he won't fucking do it, And I was like, God, dude, I'm so glad to fucking hear.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, man, I don't fuck with that shit. And I was like, fuck, that's fucking great, dude.
Yeah, that's such a bad idea.
Yeah. But it's crazy. They get cell phones in there.
Really?
Fuck yeah, dude. I was blown away by this shit. He's like, yeah, man, people get all sorts of shit in here. I'm like, how the fuck is that happen? He goes, yeah. He goes, at the 10 years that this place has been open, they never had anybody until this year got busted with the cell phone. They've never had any problems until this year that the prisoners from Nevada came in and got busted for fucking for a cell phone. And he's like, yeah, 3 people got busted for a cell phone. I was like, how the fuck is that possible? He goes, yeah, so somebody got busted, and they go, so the prison here calls Nevada. He's like, they got cell phones. How the hell did they get cell phones? He goes, and Nevada's like, we don't know either. They do it over here all the time. We don't know how the hell that happens.
I don't know, man.
So they have no fucking idea, man. Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
It's pretty fucking extraordinary, man. I couldn't fucking believe it, though, but it was fucking great seeing it, man. I mean, he was just like, it's Brad, but it's just
him, man.
it's so surreal, and it was great to fucking see him, man. I can't, and I did tell him, like, podcasting, and I told him, I said, listen, man, doing this podcast, have you ever heard of podcasting before? And he goes, I actually have. I'm like, okay. I said, with my buddy in Baden do a podcast. I said, and actually I just called from letters from B-Rad. I said, but don't worry, I don't use any shit. I don't use anything that can get you, or find you, or anybody that can get anybody in trouble. We bleep out any fucking names we use. I said, nothing. And I said, we actually just, the podcast isn't serious. It's all in good fun. When you write, all we just talk about, he goes, oh, so you have a discussion? Yeah. And I said, and when you write, we just talk about, like, the shit, like when you said, hey, man, you're approved. Want to come over? And we, like, laugh about that shit, and we always talk each other shit. He goes, I like that, man. That's awesome, And he's like, those fucking stories you were telling me yesterday, the other time, on the other letters were fucking great, man. He's like, you asshole. And he goes, I fucking love it. And I'm like, all right, cool. I said, I just want to let you know, man, that we don't say shit.
Yeah.
It's just us playing. And I said, because you're in a time machine, bro.
Yeah.
He goes, I know, man. I said, you're 94 still, dude. And he goes, I know. It's fucking crazy, dude.
Absolutely bad.
I don't know any of that shit, dude. And so I'm glad that we fucking at least been able to tell him. It's just be able to tell him there, because then the information can't really get read and shit like that. So
now your conscience is clear.
Yeah.
Right,
we're gonna stop by, grab a beer.
Oh, it's Miller time. Except Miller's shitty.
This will probably be a 2-part episode, I'm guessing.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'll leave it up to Baden, and whether he wants to put them together all to, whether on the way there and on the way back, or part 1 on the way there and part 2 on the way back.
We'll see.
But nonetheless, we are probably over and out on this one. We're going to grab beers. I'll drop off Baden so he can do his shindig. But Baden, thanks for coming, my man. I appreciate you.
Fucking for sure, man. Absolutely.
There's a lot of he supported me. I want to tell him thank you to everybody, but thank you to my boy here for sticking around for the 4 hours while I went over there, visited my friend, and
absolutely. I'll tell you about some of my adventures, and then next podcast I'll recap that.
Oh,
a little
perfect.
Bit. You'll have some more ideas of shit you want to tell.
I'll remember more stuff, I'm sure.
You were there for 3 fucking hours, man. That was...
It was fucking like just overload. Like they're probably like, God, he's all over the place. I can't fucking help it. It's 25 fucking years in 3 hours.
After this beer, I was just like,
time for bed.
Yeah, well, probably.
Yeah. So
fuck yeah, anytime.
But thank you again, guys, for always joining us. Leslie, I hope you enjoyed this one, because I know you were excited as well.
Next time you can come for a conjugal.
Yeah.
Oh no, wait. Sorry.
Fresh. Brad says hi. And again, remember, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit that fucking little bell.
Ring it.
Hit that subscribe button. however fucking many times you need to, but just hit that shit.
Yeah, hella times, I think is the number.
Hella times. Check us out on Juan and Joe Studios podcast here again. Share it with others. Give us a review, please. What else? KT Shirts?
KTshirts.net. Check it out. We launched it. We talked about it before. We just launched the new site.
Yes.
New look, but go check it out. Buy yourself a shirt. That's about it. We got shit
members
going on.
only.
Members only. Yeah, members only.
Yeah, and that's about it. We are thirsty. We are parched.
Yes.
I need a little alcohol.
I need a beer like crazy.
All right, well,
Later, guys.
thanks again. We'll see you guys later. That's a fucking wrap.